Exactly 1 year ago today, on August 30th, 2020, WWE held Payback. Now, at the time, a lot of people were thinking, wait, we're just coming off of SummerSlam and we're getting a pay per view? Remember, at SummerSlam 2020, Roman Reigns made his return and attacked The Fiend Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. Now, at the time, a lot of people were thinking, myself included, oh, this is the big dog, Roman Reigns. We're going to get the same thing that we always see from him time in and time again. But no, we saw a heel version of Roman Reigns. And on this night, at Payback 2020, Roman Reigns beat Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman in a triple threat match to reclaim the WWE Universal Championship. And since then, Roman Reigns has not been defeated. He hasn't even really been challenged, in my mind, for somebody to take the WWE Universal Championship from him. His reign has been a full 365 days, and I think it's just going to keep going. I don't see anybody in hindsight that can take down Roman Reigns. There's just nobody on his level, in my opinion. Roman Reigns has been carrying WWE almost single-handedly since Payback 2020. This video, I'm not going to be talking about every single match that Roman Reigns had since he returned. I'm not going to review every single match. But I'm going to talk about some of the high points, some of the low points, with a focus on the high points of Roman Reigns' title reign. Pardon the pun. I know that pun is going to get exhausting. Roman Reigns' title reign. That's a tongue twister. Say that 10 times fast. So let's reflect. First of all, what I need to say and what needs to be discussed, which has been discussed ad nauseum by just about everybody in the community, but I'll briefly touch on this. SmackDown was horrendous while Roman Reigns was away during the pandemic for those 4 or 5 months that he was gone in the summer of 2020. We had Braun Strowman, Slime, Miz and Morrison, Bayley and Sasha, just this prolonged feud. Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio running wild. SmackDown was down horrendous. It was in a state of flux like we had never seen it before. In comes the tribal chief Roman Reigns, and the rest, as they say, is history. Now let's talk about the matches, some of the matches that Roman Reigns has had. Let's look at here's a handful of some great Roman Reigns matches. The match he had with Jey Uso, the 2 matches he had with Jey Uso, at Clash of Champions and then at Hell in a Cell. The triple threat match at WrestleMania 37 with Roman Reigns and Edge. The match he had with John Cena at SummerSlam, that one's pretty recent. Some matches he had with Cesaro. Some matches he's had with Kevin Owens. Some matches that he's had with even Daniel Bryan himself. Roman Reigns has added to his attire a gold glove. The old saying, everything he touches turns to gold. And I think that's true in a lot of respects. Roman Reigns took a guy like Cesaro, who is someone that, in the eyes of most wrestling fans, they just don't see him as a main eventer. Roman Reigns elevated that man to a main event scenario, and it worked. Kevin Owens, the ultimate utility man in WWE, when Roman Reigns had nobody to feud with in the heart of the winter, stepped up, and they had some good matches. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, quite frankly, their in-ring chemistry was off the chain. But let's look at that for a second. The matches that they had. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, they had a TLC match, TLC 2020. They followed that up with a steel cage match, and then a last man standing match at Royal Rumble. All 3 of those matches were very good. In my mind, the Royal Rumble match was the best. We got some memorable stuff from this. This was like Roman Reigns in a different bag. We saw Roman Reigns being the ring general, carrying the match. Yeah, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens had a feud before this, but Kevin Owens was a heel and Roman Reigns was playing his generic babyface big dog character. Ever since Roman Reigns turned heel, everything just felt right. This heel persona, it fits him like a hand in glove. Roman Reigns, since he's turned heel, you could put him against anyone, and it instantly elevates the program. That's another one. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre from Survivor Series 2020. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, they had a match at WrestleMania 35. It wasn't that good. Yes, it was Roman Reigns returning from battling cancer. It was Drew McIntyre as a heel on his way on his ascent to becoming the WWE champion in just a short year later. But it just didn't work. Babyface Reigns, heel McIntyre, just didn't work. Then this time around, they're Roman Reigns a heel, McIntyre's a babyface, their roles are reversed. And it just clicks so well. I mean, who could forget the contract signing where Roman Reigns is sitting at the head of the table telling Drew McIntyre that he'll never be number one. He'll never be even close to number one. Good stuff all across the board. And that's kind of a common theme here. Roman Reigns is a heel. It adds new matchups. It freshens up old, stale matchups. Like the matchup he had with John Cena at SummerSlam. If it had been babyface Reigns versus like tweener Cena, it would have been just a rinse, wash, repeat of what happened at No Mercy 2017. This time around, yes, the storyline, it featured Finn Balor for a couple weeks, but then when it got down to the nitty-gritty, we had those two guys assaulting each other. We had Cena coming for Reigns' jugular. We have Reigns making classic comedy lines. But then we get to the ring, and their SummerSlam 2021 match. A lot of people maybe are not fans of it, but me personally, I was a big fan of the match. I thought it delivered. I thought they had great chemistry. I thought Cena looked great, considering he hasn't really had a wrestling match in 2 years. I can't even remember the last time Cena had a traditional standard wrestling match. I think it was in 2019, but I don't recall. And they killed it. Cena showed little to no ring rust. Roman Reigns carried him the whole time. I wonder if this version of Roman Reigns, if you had the Tribal Chief version of Roman Reigns and you put him in 2017 and you had him face The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33, this version of Roman Reigns, man, with the confidence and everything clicking on all cylinders, he could have carried Undertaker to a better match potentially. But really, the match quality aside, Roman Reigns as a character and as a mic worker is on another level this past year. And it's shown with the investment that fans are showing in him. Yeah, Roman Reigns, he may not be The Rock, Stone Cold, John Cena. He may not ever be a superstar like that. But his charisma and his mic work are on another level. And I wonder that if Roman Reigns was at this level of confidence and this level of creativity in 2013, 2014, what could have been if WWE had worked with the guy instead of just having him do what they wanted him to do, worked with the guy more and give him a little bit more creative freedom back in 2014, back 7 years ago, when people were booing him out of the building. Imagine a 2014 Roman Reigns getting booed out of the building just being I'm the Tribal Chief. I'm the head of the table, making all these good comedic one-liners in between. What could have been with Roman Reigns' career? He could have hit that level. Now, realistically, he's 36 years old. He doesn't have much time left as a top guy. He's pretty much exiting his prime now. He was in his prime a few years ago. You could say as a character, he's in his prime, no doubt. When it's all said and done, we're going to look back at the 2020-2021 calendar year that Roman Reigns has had from August 30th, 2020 to August 30th, 2021. We're going to look back at that with nothing but fondness and greatness and just great overall memories. Roman Reigns has made being a fan in these challenging times where Raw is unwatchable, NXT is getting to the point of being unwatchable for some, and it is unwatchable for some already. He's made a challenging time to be a wrestling fan a little bit easier. And that's the only thing that we can ask of a top guy. Roman Reigns has proved his worth. He's proved why he was the top guy for 5 or 6 years, even when it didn't feel like it. Now it truly feels like he's the top guy. Now, what's on the horizon for him? Is he going to have that dream match with The Rock? Are we going to see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38? I don't know what we're going to see, but I am excited to see what Roman Reigns' next move is. And with that being said, that's it for this video, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.